Is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein a warning or a homage to modern scientists? In my opinion, Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein is a warning to modern scientists, just like many other childhood movies that we have seen, whether it be about robotic knowledge exceeding our own leading to their takeover, like iRobot and Ex Machina, or man-made viruses created in labs that create inhuman monsters like Maze Runner Scorch Trials and Contagion. Now, as we are older, we can see the underlining warning in these movies and novels, just like we can in Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, with her subjects of Deextinction, the obsession with creating a superior type of human, and cloning. Now, scientists have been obsessed with trying to bring back extinct animals for a couple of decades now, and just recently have they been able to bring back the black-footed ferret at the U.S. and Wildlife Services in Colorado. Now, many scientists have tried to bring back extinct animals, but what's stopping them is the effect that it will have on the environment and on the food chain that they must adapt to with a new predator or a new prey. Scientists have also investigated in bringing back the dead, like, for example, Elvis Presley, but it is seen as very illegal and very unethical. Now, this can also be seen in Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, when Victor uses a dead body to create his new species. Now, as this isn't exactly de-extinction, it can relate in the fact that Victor Frankenstein did bring back something that was already dead, and with also the fact that the beast, or the new species, didn't exactly know his place in the world, in his environment, or in the food chain, and had to go and learn that himself. Modern scientists have also been obsessed with the idea of creating a superior type of human since the beginning of time, and it is very easily seen in the way that we portray gods in certain religions and their followers. A perfect example would be Medusa, who gained inhuman powers and speed from Greek gods. Now, modern scientists have used things like CRISPR and human chimeras in hopes of evolving and creating a superior type of human. Now, CRISPR is used to modify a embryo's DNA, so to create what would be considered a perfect baby, so it could have a certain type of IQ, a certain way it looks, if you wanted brown eyes, green eyes, if you wanted brown hair, and even to try and avoid illnesses. There's also the human chimera, which is a creature that would have both human DNA and animal DNA. Now, the sole purpose of these creatures would be for their organs. Now, their organs would serve to help with organ transplants for those around the world, and also for the fact that it might also help evolve certain organs so that we may be able to digest different things and metabolize things a lot more differently. Now, this can once again also be seen in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, since Victor has been obsessed with the human anatomy and creating a superior type of human that its cells don't deteriorate, it doesn't grow old, and they don't get sick, which is what he created with his new species. Now, what really inspired him and interested him and provoked him to go into this study a lot more was the books and journals of Albert Magnus and Cornelius Agrippa while he was studying. Now, Albert Magnus is known for his studies in theology, philosophy, and natural sciences during the Renaissance. And Cornelius Agrippa is known for his studies in magic, as he proclaimed that magic was the best way to know God. Now, scientists have had the idea of cloning animals for a very long time now, and have had the idea of bringing back, or of cloning certain animals for a very long time now. However, it's not as easy as it seems. Now, cloning and de-extinction do come hand in hand, as you do need one for the other. However, cloning does have its own characteristics, as cloning can be used to, like de-extinction, to bring back an extinct animal, or to create the same type of animal that is already like a certain pig, and it will be made with the same characteristics. Now, cloning is done a lot easier with bacteria, as that is the way that they do reproduce, as they do reproduce asexually, and do not need two parent cells compared to animals. Now, there are many successful clonings, there are also very many that do not live a very healthy life and die off as they grow older. A lot of problems that are caused with that is the fact that they might not be accepted in the environment and those that are around them. And a lot of the times, the embryo of said animal its mother or the carrier would not accept the child. Now, just recently, scientists have thought about bringing back the woolly mammoth, and it would be their closest relative or closest descendant, the African elephant, that would be the carrier of the embryo. Now, there are many difficulties with this, as to the African elephant lives in a warm environment, as to the mammoth, who used to reign during the Ice Age, has long, thick hair made for colder temperatures. Now, many problems that could occur with the cloning of the mammoth could be the fact that the African elephant might reject the embryo, or once the woolly mammoth would be born, the herd of elephants might not exactly accept the mammoth. Now, another problem that comes up with scientists when it comes to cloning is the fact that, in the case of the woolly mammoth, it would be raised like an African elephant and would not have any knowledge or of its grazing under the snow for ferns as it once did during the Ice Age. Now, this can once again be seen in Mary Shelley's novel, Frankenstein, with Victor Frankenstein's beast, as he is rejected by his creator, and when he is left to fend for himself, finds out that those that resemble him the most, human beings, resent him, and he is not welcomed, which questions him to the purpose of him being made, and fuels his revenge against Victor. In conclusion, I find that Mary Shelley very well displays the hidden warnings for modern scientists with the subjects of cloning, de-extinction, and the obsession with creating superior type of human. However, I do believe that modern scientists really only have in mind to help the earth and those that inhabit it, but oftentimes they do not think of the consequences of the things that they create. Now this can be seen as consequences in Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, when Victor does not think of the consequences of what could happen if he were to create this creature. And because of this, when the creature does come to life and is created, he finds himself repulsed and wants nothing to do with him. And then he grows ill, and the beast finds out that he has no purpose, and as consequences, he comes back and kills the loved ones of Victor as revenge.